Octagon News.
What do you think, though? Because I see everybody, saying, man, if Rory wins, he's one of the pound-for-pound greatest, to do this. But I don't see people saying the same thing for you, because you're just in your division. So is that frustrating at all that maybe it seems like everybody's saying what this would mean for him, but not what it would mean for you?
Well, obviously having a win over Rory means a lot. Everyone knows him. We saw, what is the Mexican guy? I forgot his name. In UFC. No, the middleweight. He was welterweight.
Kelvin?
Kevin Gastelum, yeah. Look, it doesn't mean anything. So he's fighting middleweight, he's fighting for the belt. So obviously I take him very seriously, and the weight difference is not that much. So for me, it's just another fight. I'm not here to be pound for pound or best fighter, best middleweight. I don't care about that.
So you said, the weight difference is that much. I mean, do you feel like size is going to play much of a difference at all?
I think I have 10 pounds over him, but I'm coming down from a higher weight class, so I will be stronger physically. Obviously, it's going to come up to stand-up, but 10 pounds on stand-up doesn't make any difference. But I feel like if I'm the better guy stand-up, he will force the clinch, he will go for takedowns, and then the strength will be a factor. And it's not going to be in his favor. So it all depends how I fight stand-up. If that doesn't work, we clinch him, we take him down, top position. Then the strength part will be a factor. But if it's technical, those 10 pounds don't make a lot of difference.
How has Khabib been looking in the gym, and are you happy with the outcome of this fight camp so far?
He's looking better than ever. I always say all the time, and I tell people that, he's improving all the time. His stand-up improves all the time. Every time he comes into camp, he comes out a better striker, better everywhere, and that's what he's doing on this one. He's better than he was for the last fight. Much more prepared, as far as ability-wise, physically, everything. Now, last camp he was 100% healthy, 100% healthy again. The only difference is he's better. He's better on the striking on this time around.
Now, that's been one of the big issues, right? Getting him to the fight at 100% health, that's the big deal.
Well, people have made it a big deal. I mean, there was only that one little little bad stretch for him, but it was all related to bad judgment. He hurt his knee, and at home, he comes into training camp still with a hurt knee, thinking he was ready to go, and he wasn't. So,
right.
So that knee related to two pullouts, and then what happened to his back, with the Tony fight. So that's the only thing that's ever happened. But ever since then, he's always been healthy. It's just those unfortunate things that did happen.
Right. It's like people are counting that against him when in reality it was just that little hiccup there.
Yeah. It's that little hiccup, but they were big hiccups, but it isn't a continuous thing with him. He's always been healthy since 2012.
Right.
It's just that little one stretch, but for the most part, 1 year out of the 5 years, he got plagued with injuries, but that was it.
Right. Now, another few hard days, and then you guys kind of wind down and focus on the weight cut. Is that correct?
Today is the last sparring day, and then after that, it's it's mid work, and Friday would be the last really hard day.
Right.
But it's not going to be that hard, unfortunately. So basically, today's a hard day.
Man, it's such a hard. I want to break that fight down too.
Yeah.
There's such a contrast in styles. I feel like Conor is constantly getting better in the grappling department. Even though they say Chad took him down, Chad took him down, but he fought off of his back well. I think he actually cut Chad off of his back.
The elbows, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like he's just laying down there. He has shown skills to stop takedowns against a smaller guy. Khabib is going to be a bigger guy, different style of wrestling, sambo, single legs. So Conor's got to be ready to defend those. I mean, Ali Quinta did a really good job, even though he is a wrestler, short notice. I think he showed a little bit of chink in Khabib's armor in terms of how he sets up his takedowns. He either blitzes you and bum rushes you to the cage and gets a hold of that single leg and then drags you down, or he picks you up and hits that single leg sweep, kicks out your far leg, or he shoots in from. Sometimes I think I watch him. He shoots kind of too far out. It's kind of scary to see that because I think I'm a firsthand witness of what it feels like to what can happen to you if you shoot from too far away without setting it up. So he's got to be careful with that against Conor. And Conor is not kicking like Edson Barboza. He's going to have both of his feet planted. He's going to be throwing punches, and he's got really good ringmanship. But Khabib's pressure is unreal. He stifles you against the cage, and if he drags you down, he finds any way to drag you down. If you defend a takedown, he just gets up, and he just goes about his happy way, just hopping over, and he jogs over to you again. He's like, okay, we're going to try it one more time. If you stop it again, he's like, okay, we're going to try again. And the Barboza fight. So it's a very intriguing fight. I think whoever imposes their will early, and we've seen Khabib get cracked by a southpaw in Michael Johnson. And I don't know, man. It's really a pick'em fight, in my opinion. I think if it goes into the later rounds, it favors Khabib. I think if it's going to be stopped early, it's going to be Conor finding a home for that left hand. So I'm excited, man. That's all I can say. I'm really excited about it. I'm not picking a winner. I love both guys. I think they're both phenomenal athletes. So I'm sorry, Irish fans. I'm sorry, Russian fans, but I am not going to pick a side for this one.
MMA is crazy because it's one of the few sports, I won't say the only one, but maybe one of the few ones where fake news is fake news, but also real news. It's hard to explain, right? Focusing on the Diaz and Poirier aspect of it. You know, I got to tell you, I found it amazing to watch this. Truly amazing. And for many, many reasons. One of which was, at first, I just thought that was news and they were out there breaking it. But actually, there's a whole lot more than that. Think about what they did here. What they did was, it appears that they colluded or one just decided, hey, this person's doing it, I might as well follow. Either by accident or not, they appear to be working in tandem to promote a message that the UFC should, number one, make their fight the main event, and they should make it for 165 pounds, and that should be a new weight class, which this bout would be the inaugural one to ring in a new belt. The tweets, as I mentioned, are as follows. Nate says, I'm happy to announce that I'm bringing a new weight division to the UFC. I'll be fighting in the main event November 3rd in NYC against Dustin Poirier for the first ever 165-pound belt super fighter division. I'm happy to be a part of history at UFC at Dana White. Dustin Poirier later tweeting, not much longer after that, it's been a long journey, but here we are, NYC. First ever 165-pound title in the UFC. Hashtag there will be blood. Hashtag Thug Jitsu. They have positioned themselves in the minds of fans. Because fans have gotten behind this idea. Frankly, media has gotten behind this idea. It's not your option A, but boy, it ain't a bad option B. And what they've done is, if they don't get picked as the actual main event, whatever does get picked as the actual main event will invariably now be compared to this in the minds of fans. It's literal fake news that could end up creating a real future. And while technically it's fake, it has real world value. It's designed to be fake so as to make what's in it actually come true. Now, if that ain't the craziest thing you've ever seen, I don't know what is.
Octagon News.